Hello, my name is Niko. I am 17 and I am currently residing in Chicago. I am going to be bringing to you Niko's School Survival Guide. And pretty much I am going to be giving tips and my opinions, I guess, on schools and schooling, education. I think I am a good person to bring up the subject because I've gone through a lot of different kinds of schooling, from private school, public school, online school, homeschool. So I just know a lot of the ropes to it, I guess, and I've gone to public schools in like small suburbs and in the city of Chicago. So I've gone from, there's 12 in my class, like grade, to where there was 35 in every single one of my classes and over 1,000 in my grade. So I think I just have like a lot of different perspectives to take onto these. Pretty much today I'm just going to talk about why school just seems like it's so awful. Well, I mean, we can't say focused because we're millennials. We need to be constantly stimulated by something. We've been raised our whole lives with having something to do, or like being able to pull out your phone or watch TV in your spare time. But you just never just sat in idle time. So now if a teacher asks us to sit in an idle time or only do one task, we can't do that. And like if we don't check social media or whatnot, like it's almost like anxiety, and like you just like abates when you check Twitter or Facebook, whatever it is. And it's, proven about millennials. I mean, there's articles all over the internet about it, and it's just how it is. But I mean, so I think the school has just never changed to adapt to millennials. You're not learning to think. You're just learning to memorize things. There's no critical thinking that's taught. So it's like you never learn to adapt to life situations that are needed. You're only taught how to memorize a certain fact and be able to recite it again. There's no logic or reason that's taught. It's only a competition who can get the best ACT score, who can get the highest GPA, who can take the most AP classes, who can get into the best college. And that's great and all, I guess, but I mean, it's not going to matter. All that's going to matter is that you can perform your job well, that you find a job that makes you happy, not, if you beat the kid next to you on a test by 1 point. School sucks. You're there for 8 hours, you're shuffling around from classrooms that look way too similar to the last, surrounded by people you don't like, being taught by teachers who don't like what they're teaching typically. I mean, granted, there are teachers who are passionate about what they teach, but many are not. And guess what? I don't think I would be very passionate either if you had to sit around in front of 35 kids every hour with different learning styles and different personalities and expect people to adjust for every single one of them to teach them the same exact thing at the same exact rate. That's impossible. You can't do that. Even if you put the smartest kids together, they're not going to learn things the same way at the same rate. Teachers are taught out of a textbook how to teach kids, and not every single kid is going to learn the same way. And then they're just giving us textbooks and just like read pages, 0 to 500,000, and you're going to have a test on it tomorrow. Because that's just the way they think kids are going to learn these days. You're stuck around a ton of hormonal boys and basic girls. And the girls are so into themselves and they're making out with their hormonal boyfriend in front of your locker, they think you're hitting on them when you're just asking them to move so you can get your book out of there. It's ridiculous. It'll be like they're just making out and you're just like, excuse me. And they're like, oh my God, are you hitting on me? No, I'm not. I don't know what's so hard to understand about that. Or if like you just zone off, people are like, why are you staring at me? I'm not. It's called bored out of my mind. Sorry. It's like, people are just so ridiculous. Why are you so narcissistic? You're not the greatest thing to walk the earth. I can promise you that. So pretty much, to make school actually worthwhile, you need to take what you learn and how to memorize and make it into a concept and apply it to your real life. The facts you learn in algebra and stuff, like, make the math problem something to do that's going to happen to your future. Like, don't care about how much the computer system depreciates. Compare about how much your car is going to depreciate. Like, I don't know. Don't care about what happened like 1,000 years ago in history. Know about how that could repeat itself and how it's affected society today and how society is molded because of that event. Don't memorize the fact of the name of the soldier's like second brother. Like, there's so many better things that school could be teaching us, but unfortunately we're going to have to deal with what this school is making us learn. But rather than just sitting there and just soaking in these facts that are going to do you no good and just turn you into a drone, make them something that you can use in your life and you can use later in your life as a career, in your career, to teach others, to give on your legacy to others. There's so much that you can do with what you're learning. It's just how you make it. And it's how you can stimulate yourself during school too, and not just sit there and drool on yourself all day. Anyway, this has been Niko's School Survival Guide for this week. Follow me on Facebook, or add me as a friend, whatever. Add me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. I'll put all the links below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be putting out videos every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Central Time. And keep eye for my videos as long as everyone else is on my channel. Thanks.